I am Dr. Vinita Bhadoria, Associate Professor of English, Government College, Behror. Welcome in this video. In this video, I am going to discuss about English poet William Wordsworth, one of the leading poets in English literature. William Wordsworth was born at Cockermouth in Cumberland on April 17, 1770. He is one of the leading figure of the 19th century Romantic movement in England. He was one of the founders of English Romanticism in one of its most central figures and important intellects. He was the second son of John Wordsworth, attorney at law. He was a moody, stiff, and violent temper. He is remembered as a poet of spiritual and epistemological speculation. That means a poet concerned with the human relationship to nature and a fierce advocate, strong advocate of using the vocabulary and speech pattern of common people in poetry. He is using very simple long language. He is written in very simple language with full of ornamentation. When he was a boy, he was an eager reader and acquainted with the great critics of the 18th century. He found his real inspiration not from books but from his association with nature. He began writing poetry as a boy in grammar school, and before graduating from college, he went on a walking tour of Europe, which deepened his love for nature and his sympathy for the common man. Both are the major themes in his poetry. In October 1787, he went to St. John's College, Cambridge, at, and although he paid very little heed to the surroundings, he records many of the charms of the university. Even in these years, he was meditative and attracted by the beautiful scenes of nature. His deepest sympathies were with the simple life of the country. Gradually, his mind expanded and his sympathies broadened. Like many of his generations, he was filled with enthusiasm for the French Revolution. After taking his degree, he resided for more than a year in France. He wrote about the French Revolution. Wordsworth is best known for his lyrical ballads, which is co-written with Samuel Taylor Coleridge, and The Prelude, a romantic epic poem describing the growth of a poet's mind. In 1797, he became acquainted with Coleridge. In 1798 appeared a small volume entitled Lyrical Ballads, containing the poems of the two friends. These are William Wordsworth and S.T. Coleridge. After making a tour in Germany with Coleridge, he went to reside in Grasmere, removing to Ellenbank in 1808. There also resided or visited Southey Coleridge, De Quincey, and Wilson. These are the writers. It was to his conjugation of kindred poetical spirits that the term Lake School was applied by the reviewers against those reviewers and against the public that regarded their works with indifference. Wordsworth and other Lake poets struggled till 1813. By this time, the poetic genius of Wordsworth and his disciples began to recognized. In 1813, Wordsworth settled at Reddell Mount, which continued to be his residence until his death. He held for some time the office of distributor of stamps for the county of Westmoreland. In 1843, he succeeded Southey as poet laureate Next to Shakespeare, Wordsworth is the greatest source of familiar quotations. The first collection of his poems, An Evening Walk and Descriptive Sketches, was published in 1793. His major works are Lyrical Ballads with a few other poems, published in 1798, Lyrical Ballads with other poems, published in 1800, Poems in two volumes, published in 1807, Guide to the Lakes is 1810, The Excursion was published in 1814, The Prelude was published in 1850, and so on. So many books he has written. Some major poems of William Wordsworth are, these are notable poems in his career, are The Prelude, Tintern Abbey, The Solitary Reaper, Daffodils, Ode to Duty, Ode Imitations of Immortality, Resolution and Independence, etc. Wordsworth was a great nature poet. He believes in nature. He sees God in nature. He takes his readers into the secret of his soul's communion with nature. He believes that human beings who grows up in the lap of nature are perfect and poised, steady in every respect. He got his education from St. John's College, Cambridge. He was died on April 23rd in 1850 in Rydal, Westmoreland, England. The publication of the Lyrical Ballads in 1798, which finally heralded Romanticism, not only did the poems express a new attitude to nature but also a new faith in man. The poems, a collaborative venture by Wordsworth and Coleridge, used language and meter differently from the manner it had been handled by most of the 18th century poets. There are two poems of William Wordsworth which are prescribed in your syllabus. One is The World is Too Much with Us, and next is The Solitary Reaper. The World is Too Much with Us is written in the form of sonnet. It is a 14-line poem. He composed this poem in May 1806. It is an expression of his love and admiration for the object of nature, such as the sun, the moon, the sky, the sea, and the winds. Everything in nature. The language is quite simple. He believes that poetry ought to be written in the simplest language of the common people. It is one of the most characteristic products of Wordsworth, the poet and the moralist. The poem exhibits that the love for the poet for paganism. Next poem is The Solitary Reaper. This poem was composed in 1805 and it was published in 1807. The poem is remarkable for the far-reaching quality of poetic imagination that it reveals. Wordsworth toured in the Highlands of the Scotland with his sister Dorothy in August 1803. As Dorothy Wordsworth notes in her diary, such solitary women reaping in remote fields were often encountered by them. Wordsworth himself writes about this poem that this poem was suggested by a beautiful sentence in the Tour of Scotland written by a friend, the last line being taken verbatim. The sentence referred to by the poet reads as follows: We passed a female who was reaping alone. She sang as she bended over the sickle. The sweetest human voice I ever heard. Her strains were tenderly melancholy and felt delicious long after they were heard no more. This poem is the result of his experience during his journey. Being a lover of nature, he was fascinated by the scenery and innocent people of the area. And he got the idea of the poem Solitary Reaper when he saw a girl in the field and she was alone. She was reaping and singing simultaneously. He was charmed by the melody of her song, and the result was this beautiful poem, The Solitary Reaper. These two poems I will discuss in detail in next videos. In this video, I have given you lot about William Wordsworth and little about these poems. Thank you very much. See you in next video.